GM. Welcome back, everybody, to Noun O'Clock Live at Zero Rights Media. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We are watching for Noun 1397, this beautiful nounish dictionary we got yesterday. Mr. Lasagna.eth is in the lead. 2.85 ETH bid. If you want to watch the end of the auction with us, you can go to nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf to watch the end of the auction. And you're going to want to hurry up because we're about to hit that 30-second timer. You can also check out Nomo Now, number 1397, this beautiful dot matrix squid, but you've got less than 30 seconds to pick it up if you are at all interested. So, maybe hurry. If we don't get another bid, looks like this is gonna be it. And there it is. You know what time it is. All right, if you've been here before, you know the drill, but just in case you have not, you see a noun you like, give it a thumbs up. You see a noun you don't particularly like, give it a thumbs down. If we get enough thumbs ups in the first 2 seconds or so, we'll hit that settle button, and that's going to be the noun that we have on auction for the next 24 hours.
I can never unsee the blueberry as, oh.
Yep, Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias.
Yeah.
Those chips aren't bad.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Not a half bad orca either.
I feel like we have this one. Maybe different nuggles.
No. Different hoodie, too.
Ooh.
I mean, okay. I hit the button.
I mean, oh. You didn't have to.
Instead of attempting to settle, I try. Well, we got it.
Oh, there you go.
Fast as fuck, boy. All right, that was the fastest FOMO we've had in a while, and now it's time for Nomo Nouns. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. You're going to see all these nouns right before you. You're going to pick your absolute favorite from among them. Spam, click with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo Noun of the day. Make sure you've signed in with your wallet, or your clicks will not be counted. Once again, sign in with your wallet, or your clicks will not be counted. There's a couple good ones here. I like Robo Retainer, surprisingly.
Big gay Jupiter.
Big gay Jupiter.
I like
the planet
that,
of the gays. This is where I originate.
The ring is nice. The tube is nice.
The ring is really nice.
Greasy
I'm
dictionary.
kind of partial to the ring because we don't see a lot of good rings.
True, and
well,
it's yellow.
Whatever we pick it now because we're playing the feud. Let's go.
Let's see if I can log in.
Gonna save Disco Chili Dow. And the Greasy Book. Why not? Oh no, I missed it. Oh no, I didn't. I saved it.
Oh, it looks. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like I can play again.
Mazel tov.
I heard Symbio say something about Phantom, so I uninstalled Phantom Wallet yesterday, and I had to I updated my browser, and it works now.
Good to go.
Yeah, it lets me connect to MetaMask. Before it said like it doesn't even exist, and I'm like, it definitely does have it.
I know, and I couldn't get past it, so I figured that's what it was. But I also have I don't know, Magic Eden or something on there, which is probably conflicting as well.
Final round.
Comes through.
Ring
Wallet Connect
versus laptop. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Golden Ring wins. Fatality.
We did it! Man, I wanted
Amazing.
to like try to push the show forward a little bit because 1 p.m. I'm gonna be doing a thing on Friday.
Yeah, we can do
So I
a
was
whole
trying.
thing tomorrow.
Well, I'd like to push the show out at least an hour so that I don't have to miss the entire thing. But yeah, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, and this was a fantastic pirate ship. I don't think we could have passed this up. So if you want to check out this pirate ship, you can do so for the next 23 hours and 56 minutes. But if a noun is a little too rich for your blood, go check out Nomo Noun number 1398. This beautiful, shining golden ring with an almost invisible gem on top. And a nice little dress shirt. Purchase 0.00069 ETH, that is 218 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, retroactive DAO.eth looks like they picked up this red flag noun. We're going to settle this auction and see what we get. We're collective noun number 479. And it looks like that's going to be a... Maybe if I hit the button again. Oh, there it is, Mocha Pot.
Ooh.
It's a good one, too. We got that Mocha Pot with the yellow noggles, of course, on the yellow background with a yellow shirt and a wave accessory. So if you want some coffee by the beach, check out collective noun number 479 on auction for the next 23 hours and 59 minutes. The Yellow Collective is an on-chain club, like I mentioned, devoted entirely to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond. And, yeah. When I say artists, I don't just mean visual. I mean, you can be a musician, you can be an animator, you can be a sculptor, whatever you happen to be. If you can mint it, we'll fund it. So go check it out. yellowcollective.xyz. You can scroll down for a whole bunch more information. And NetNose is right. Do not put seawater in a mocha.
Why not?
Also, put a proposal in to reverse the wave. I've always thought it was facing the wrong direction.
Really?
No, it would be crashing on you.
What do you mean?
It's like if you're looking out at the water, the wave's coming at you.
Yeah.
Sure. As a left-handed person, I think it's backwards.
But he's looking to the right.
Yeah.
So maybe he's surfing the wave. I don't know. How about 1 or 2 white pixels? Some foam? Give me something. All right, what number is this?
Give me
479?
some. 479, yeah. Looks like we've also, speaking of the Yellow Collective, real quick, I do want to bring up, we do have a prop up right now from Darius, who is essentially asking, he did the roadmap journey. If you've been in Nouns for a couple of years, you have definitely remembered he was traveling all over the place, putting noggles on fucking everybody. And now he's asking to essentially do that again in Sri Lanka with yellow noggles. Really good videographer. Go check it out. And it's already open for voting. So otherwise, Brett, you put up a prop
Yep.
this morning. I already know
Mhm.
about it, but do you want to share with the class?
Sure. Yeah, I love drawing, just these absurd characters that are just in my brain. Like I see these things and it just, I have an idea to draw something and it just steamrolls into these little stories in my mind. Um, and, I've just been thinking of, what would a round be if you just give everyone a very specific character description and then everyone gives their example of it, because now we have like the yellow round and the nouns animators rounds where they're more open-ended. Like the animators round just started again this week and the theme is pets, so very open-ended, like anything with pets. But with this I'm looking more of like character designers almost. And in the prop I gave like a very detailed description of this character I came up with called Mr. Montgomery, and he's just this really old guy who lives in the forest, and it's quite extensive. Um, but I sent the prompt to Illustradora and to Sloppy separately and asked them if they could do a variation of it for me to put as an example in the prop, along with one from myself. So it's just kind of an experiment on how if you give all these artists the same idea, what they do with that idea without seeing what everyone else is doing yet. Um, so just kind of playing around with that, do 10 weeks of rounds, getting a little bit more extensive each round, and prizes will increase some. Yeah,
Neat.
just having fun.
I like it.
And it will, I want to note on here that it will not be nouns related artwork. So it's not going to be based on the heads. Noggles will not be a requirement. And that's another experiment that I want to run to see if artwork can be seen as nounish without being inherently nouns related. Because
without being specifically nouns related.
Yeah, without like, this is based on the tornado head or the snail or a starfish, or they have to have the square glasses, because that's always a very strong thing that we set in our rounds, that it has to be based on this specific thing, or it has to have the glasses or whatever. So I want to make it open a little bit more, and I think that will be almost more inviting to have more artists join, because they can do kind of whatever they want as long as it fits within the prompt, like the character description.
Awesome. And are they all going to be this detailed, or so you said they're going to get more detailed as things go on?
Like probably one of the final, like how in depth it is, like one of the final weeks. But I'm going to start a little easier to get people involved, and as it goes on, the prizes are going to build up, and I have it set that way so there's only I'm assuming there's only going to be a small amount of people in like the first 2 weeks, and then each week, more people will get invited, and more people will see it and want to join, and so by the last week it'll be like a substantial payout. But also I want the artists who have been doing it the whole time to grow with what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
So, very simple things at the beginning, but then something like my example, you have to think about it for a moment, like what do some of these things mean? Like I set him in the Underberg forest, which doesn't exist. So, in your mind, you're like, what does that look like? What kind of environment is that? And just playing around with those things. And I found it very interesting that the three of us didn't know what each other's artwork looked like, but you can definitely see small similarities in them.
Yeah, I like how both of them put monocles on it.
Yep, they both did monocles.
Not just monocles, but telescopic monocles.
Yep, me and Sloppy both have the same kind of hair. My guy has some gnarly looking fingernails, and so does Illustradora.
Yeah.
Like we both put little
NetNose is in the YouTube chat
bottom.
asking, is it asking, will the round be in the yellow channel or a dedicated one?
No, I'm gonna do a dedicated channel for it.
Dedicated channel. Okay.
Yeah, completely separate. Cool. Sponsored by Yellow because they're funding it, but
yeah. The description for this is Mr. Montgomery is an 87-year-old retired man living in secret within the Underberg forest. Being a smaller man, it was fairly easy for him to find a place away from everything to build his home. Why am I reading this like I'm narrating the Binding of Isaac? Isaac and his mother lived alone in a house on a hill. He spent his life as an inventor, although none of his inventors actually became popular enough to see himself as successful. His lack of success led him to become grumpier and grumpier with age, which is why he secluded himself from society. Mr. Montgomery's eyesight isn't so good anymore, and being as he lives alone, he doesn't really bother with things like combing his hair or making sure his clothes match. He spends most of his days inside, tinkering with old ideas, and only ventures out into the forest to forage for food and collect water. Even though he doesn't want to be around people anymore, you added a T to though, he has befriended a small unknown creature that he came across one day while looking for mushrooms that has never left his side since. This little creature helps him with his inventions and finds things for him he has trouble seeing. As long as Mr. Montgomery has his little friend, everything will be okay. I love the different takes on the little guy.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Like the three of us did yellow eyes on the character, which is interesting.
You did like a weird naked Birdman. Illustratora drew a dust bunny with limbs, and Slappy did a chupacabra. I don't know.
A little that looks like a
It's
rat rabbit unicorn.
like a magical chia pet.
Yeah, but I just
A
from,
rat bin.
when I got the other two drawings from Sloppy and Dora, I was like, oh, this could be super interesting. And to see how much bigger it, like when it gets bigger, more artists, what their interpretations would look like as well.
I'm
Awesome.
here for it. Not to throw any shade to our contributors to Yellow Contest, but there's a half a degree of separation between a lot of the inspiration for the work, so I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to seeing something with some meat on the bones.
Yeah, and that's something that I've noticed too with, like especially in the animators round. Like I I understand why the artists are doing this, for engagement, but a lot of them are using the milk or the frog or the pickle or the void for everything, for all their submissions. And like I understand why they're doing that to, like, appeal to some of the bigger members of the DAO. But at the same time, it's for for me, like I enjoy seeing it, but it also is a little bit repetitive to see just the same five characters be used over and over and over.
Well,
Um,
I mean, who
it
among
used to
us
be
doesn't
that
use the void in our art?
it was our
Sorry.
avatars when we were all together on stage back in the day when Knock was Knock. But yeah, I see the same thing, and maybe that's what I'm witnessing more so than very similar styles. It's the same subject matter over and over.
mhm. And there's over what 250 noun heads to choose from.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think this is something to that extent too, to push people to work outside of their comfort zone, to not do stuff that they do on a regular basis.
Makes sense. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I really hope this passes. I mean, I see no reason why it wouldn't. You're only asking for 3.375 ETH.
Yeah, it's 2.5 is for the rounds, and then there's a rounds fee. Um, just to start rounds, they have their own set fee, and then a little bit for me to host and moderate everything. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be pretty adamant that people follow the rules.
Yeah. I can't wait to submit like a D&D character sheet and get banned immediately. I'm really excited.
I mean, I have it open, so for the characters, it could be just like the simple character standing in a pose, but I also want to have it open to be like character turnarounds, or if you want to do expression sheets or model sheets or like simple GIFs, you're totally welcome to do that. And like if you want to do a full background, that's if you want to do, it's not required but optional. If you want to do multiple characters, go for it. But as long as it meets like the character description, you can kind of do whatever you want as long as it's a 2D illustration and you did it yourself.
Awesome. I'm excited.
NetNo's already sent Mr. Montgomery in the yellow chat an AI one, and my response was, I need to see a sketch.
Nano says, I'm curious to see drawings of his inventions. The void is kind of the best drawing I can do.
I'm looking forward to it. With Sloppy's, like I asked him, like, how come your guy has a metal leg? What happened? I'm like, I need to know. He said that one of the inventions crushed his leg, and he used the invention to make a mechanical leg.
Makes sense.
So like stuff like that too. Like Sloppy is also a storyteller with what he does, and so to see the artists use what I'm giving and run with it and kind of yes and it, I suppose, like add on to the lore
Yeah.
of what the character could be.
And then at the end of it, I'll take all the characters and I'll put them together into a tabletop game, and we'll.
Well, I'm encouraging the artist too to make it CC0. So if they, want to make their art open source, public domain, I'm
Sick.
pushing for that. So you would be able to do that if you wanted to.
Love it. Awesome. All right. Well, that's exciting. If you are in the Yellow Collective, go check this out. You'll have to go over to nouns.build to find it, but
That's something else too. We need
yeah.
a link or something on the yellow site. Like even if it's
Yeah.
just a button at the top that says DAO and it
Well,
just links to this page, the activity
the
page.
reason we don't is because originally we weren't really going to use DAO Rails for much. But yeah, I agree. We need to have it so that we can.
Well, I know something that Toady was talking about going into this year is he wants it to open it more into a community effort to see what other people want to build and what they want to see Yellow be.
Yeah. I'm going to go over
Which
to
I think we
Nouns
did
95.
I think it was a good idea for it to be a little, I don't want to say closed off, but
A little harder to find.
No, I wouldn't even say that. Like selective, I suppose. When we were establishing like what yellow is, what we had envisioned for it.
Yeah, we very deliberately made it so that at the start it was sufficiently decentralized, but the reason we call it a club instead of a DAO is because it is a lot of what's happening is decentralized, and that's because it's a lot of us, and I'm not saying that this is a universal opinion of everyone here, but a lot of people have regretted, for instance, the closing of the Nouns Discord, because while that did hold to the decentralization tenets, it also felt too early to be just letting it run wild for a lot of people. And so we were looking at Yellow and being like, maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll keep it going, sort of put it on the track that we want it on, keep it semi-centralized until, the cultural momentum has built up enough that it can keep itself going without getting derailed by a minor bump. Yeah. So far, it seems to be working pretty well. We'll see what happens. But, yeah. Anyway. excited to see these. I'm sure this is gonna pass. I have no reason to believe it wouldn't. Anyway, what else is going on? Other than proposals, we'll look at those in a second.
Minor degen drama, but I know how much you guys love to talk about coins, so
I actually think that's
Yeah.
good that they did that.
yeah, well,
What
they
did they do?
backpedaled for the moment.
They
They
uh
squashed farmers.
yeah, they implemented the same spam rules that Warpcast has. So it got rid of like people just farming degen with like bots and stuff.
And people are
Yeah.
upset about this?
Yeah,
The
because
people that, yeah, there's quite a few people in one of my group chats that were on the outside
they
looking in.
got labeled as spam probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Be-
that was where they came to, but initially the script they wrote had some bad lines of code in it, and I got my claim for the month was chopped in half or like 60% down. But I just like put a nice little post in the chat about it, and the following day that line of code was corrected, and I think that they'll probably put some real strictures moving forward in February around it. But there's like three separate posts from Basic and in the DGen channel about the whole issue. But yeah, it's
Huh.
kind of on the timeline today.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Hasn't been on
you
my
use one
timeline.
example in the third post about, someone who was bound to, if DGen was at a penny, this guy or this account is getting $7,000 for circular tipping, basically. And no other posting on Warpcast other than to put just a line about DGen.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. So I had to do something, but some people got caught in the crossfire.
Well, sure. I mean, I can understand being like, hey, this. It looks like there was a glitch or something. This happened. Like, I can understand having feedback like that, but I don't see why people would be upset by it unless they're just not paying attention and don't know what it's about. And even then,
well, they're
Yeah,
just
it's just
upset that
because it came so close to
they can't
claim.
farm it anymore like they
Yeah,
were.
like
that's
and for them to be able to
dumb.
farm it, they also have to have locked, vaulted a volume of DGen. So to make it worthwhile, you have to lock up a fair amount. I've got, I don't know, 10K locked up in the vault, so I can tip 6 or
Hmm.
7,000 a day.
Interesting.
But it's my retirement plan, so I don't care how long it's locked up, to be honest. It's like literally in my mind's eye, I'm like, if DGen hits $1, that's my first million, and that's my best prospect in life. I don't know how
That's a
else I
rough
would earn
statement
$1
in and of
million.
itself.
Yeah, when DGen hits $1, pardon me.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta shamelessly
Yeah.
bullpost your way through. Do what Seneca's been doing on fucking Twitter and just shamelessly bullpost your way into making things
Yeah,
work.
and to make nouns great again.
Ah, God, don't even start.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, let's take a look at some proposals. Looks like surprising absolutely no one. The Duna bylaws and the index card proposal have overwhelmingly succeeded. 300-0 on the nouns Duna with 3 abstains. Wait, I'm curious. I want to know. Oh, Little Frog and Nekafar. Okay. The index card prop 259 to 26. Looks like Satori is doing very well as well, 180 to 30. So we'll see where these go. Noun swap prop is currently sitting at 90 to 5. That ends in 11 hours, so doing pretty well so far. It does need 89 to pass, so if it gets 2 against votes, then it'll still have a rough time. It's not quite at for sure level yet, but looking good so far. Bix and Wylan are both sitting at 18 to 86 and 12 to 88 respectively on the reserve admin proposals, which means we might not have to worry about the whole what if 27 people get voted in as the reserve admin. Oh, which
the
is
reserve admin and the secretary treasurer reserve admin.
Assistant to the manager.
Yeah, the assistant manager of nouns is a worrying title. But yeah. So, on the one hand, probably easier for governance. On the other hand, I am slightly depressed that we're not going to get to recreate Bloodsport. So, that would have been fun. Damn it.
There'll still
Anyway.
be Bloodsport. Don't get it wrong.
So Savio's like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, in a Discord on a Thursday,
It was Mrs. Peacock in the Discord with the lead pipe. Yeah, NetNose is in the YouTube chat. Proposals are missing this feature, choosing between options. Yeah, they are. Anyway. So there's that. And the Lavender Noggles prop off to a strong start, 31 to 11. I think it's doing pretty well in Nouncil as well. And I haven't read this proposal yet. The Well-Being Protocol. Youth Empowerment Project. DAOs, like nouns, striving to use their resources for good, often face challenges in channeling them toward meaningful real-world impact beyond the Web3 ecosystem. Correct. We are creating a groundbreaking Web3 infrastructure of hyperlocal community DAOs. Hyperlocal community, is that just like when I read hyperlocal community DAO, and it sounds like a high-tech, it sounds like what tech bros call like a house meeting in their apartment. Am I wrong?
The guys from across the hall came over.
Yeah, exactly.
The God's boardroom table.
Hyperlocal.
Dudes living in a house, drinking out of shoes.
Designed to empower real-life disadvantaged and disempowered communities with the resources in a way that is radically more efficient, transparent, and impactful. Initially funded by the New Zealand government, we have already built an easy-to-use, lightweight DAO-inspired workflow and governance system. See how it works with a link that has now been successfully trialed in 15 communities in New Zealand, Australia, and the UK over the past 18 months. I keep forgetting where New Zealand is because I never called it that when I was a kid. I always forget that New Zealand and Aotearoa are the same place because nobody likes New Zealand. We've learned that this system works particularly well with young people. Most recently, we completed our first youth-focused trial where what is youth? Use the tool to propose ideas, vote on priorities, and decide how the money should be spent. Then they took action to bring their projects to life. This approach gave them hands-on experience with leadership, decision-making, and financial control, also creating meaningful impact in their community. Why does this sound like somebody's Eagle Scout project? Asking for 110,000 USD. Where they're talking about this thing, but maybe we have to click on the. Oh, this is a YouTube video. I'm not watching that right now. All right. Well, hopefully Well, actually, yeah, this will still be up. This will still be up by Monday, right?
Yeah. Starts in 2 days. I don't think so.
Well, never mind. I was gonna say I'd get them up on Monday, but never mind. I'll read through all this and we can talk about it on tomorrow's show then. There's good Lord, there's so much here. It's a long prop. But it looks like they explain all the questions that I had just from that brief
Maybe
glance.
Monday would be the last day of voting.
Yeah.
I'll be back on Eastern time by then.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the only proposal that we've got up. I think that's about everything that we had to talk about. Unless I am wildly mistaken. Am I?
I mean,
I'll be grasping at straws. Oh, there is a new Zero Pod up. Went live today.
Yes, thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. Where is it? There it is. Toady posted this earlier today on this episode with the Clanker founders. It's gonna be interesting to listen to. So yeah, go check it out. It's on our YouTube. It is on Spotify, where it's mintable on pods.media. There's a frame right there that you can mint it on. So go check it out, or go check out Toadie's page on Warpcast if you want to see it. I do recommend the video version because Toadie and Jack put a lot of effort into editing these, and it shows. So go check it out. Zero Rights Media on YouTube or anywhere else. It's literally everywhere. If you listen to podcasts somewhere, you'll find this there at Zero Rights Media or the Zero Rights Reserved podcast. Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. I knew I was forgetting something. And that was definitely it. With that done, I think we might be done. Speak now or forever hold your ETH. Is there anything I forgot?
That I can think of.
Cool.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, then on that note, thanks everybody for coming to Noun O'Clock live at Zero Rights Media. I've been Robot Fish Girl. We're going to be back here once again tomorrow starting at 1 p.m. EST. Same bad time, same bad channel to see who picks up this beautiful, clean pirate ship. Until then, don't forget to check out Novo Noun number 1398, this beautiful ring noun for 0.00069 ETH. That is $2.18 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, you can bid on Collective Noun number 479 for about the same amount of time, 23 hours and 27 minutes. To pick this up, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be. If you want more information, check it out here or in the Yellow channel on Warpcast. Otherwise, go check out the Zero Rights Reserved episode over on YouTube. So we'll see you on YouTube, we'll see you on Warpcast, we'll see you on Twitter, we'll see you on Spotify or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. More than anything else, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming, everybody.